Hello, everybody. I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to welcome back to nothing. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, I haven't uploaded in a while, although I was quite surprised when I was looking at my channel. It says I haven't uploaded in 6 days, and really, I thought it had been much more than that. My days have just been. Okay. I guess I should start from the beginning. This is actually the second time I've tried to record this, and I got a little bit off track, so I'm trying to say it again, but basically, as I think I alluded to in a previous community tab, I've been dealing with a lot of personal issues in my life, emotionally, financially, and a lot of other things too. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but this channel has always first and foremost been a hobby, and yes, it has given me income, but it was really easy to just drop it because I had much more important things going on, and my days have just been absolutely unbelievable lately. Uh, I'm reminded of I think was it Lenin? I think when he was talking about the revolutions going on in Russia in 1917, he was saying like there are decades when nothing happens, and then weeks where decades happen. Uh, a little less extreme, but on a personal level, that's what this last month or so of my life has felt like. Just every day has been unbelievably filled. um, but the worst of it is over. I've got some money back in my bank account. I'm working a new job, and actually going to report to that in a few hours. But I just wanted to tell you all what's going on with the channel for the foreseeable future. And I want to start with saying that as of right now, I am not recording anything. So the things that you are going to hear me talk about uploading, these are things that I have already recorded. So I don't want you worrying about, hey, Conquering History Games, don't be working on this stuff. You've got important things going on in your life. I know that, and I'm working on them. But I have all these episodes of things that I've already recorded, so I may as well get them uploaded. And uploading doesn't take time other than the literal time it takes to upload. But we're talking about this is something that I could get up, set some stuff uploading, copy and paste the description, okay, here's the playlist and whatnot. It takes like 2 minutes. It's no trouble at all, really. I insist. Now, at the time I'm recording this, it's Saturday. I might upload this particular video on Sunday. It's going to depend on how some things go in like half an hour. But Monday is a federal holiday here in the United States. We're celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. His actual birthday was the other day. And so I'm not scheduled to work that day, and it's also a federal holiday, so everything's closed. So I'm going to actually have a true day off. And I'm just going to spend it doing a lot of things, but especially I'm just going to take the time to actually figure out a hard-coded schedule for all this stuff that I'm going to talk about, and then I'll post it in my community tab when I figured it out. So let me just, I don't want this to drag on all day, so let's get into it. All right, let's talk about campaigns that are currently in progress. If I've forgotten a campaign that's in progress, please let me know. But these are, I believe, the ones that I have not finished uploading them all yet. We've got my Crusader Kings 2, Never Started a Land War in the Northeast campaign, which, oh my god, just the most frustrating campaign I think I've ever played in Crusader Kings 2. Even some of my Roman Empire stuff, which I don't want to talk about because it's spoilers, but I had some frustrating moments in that campaign, but it is nothing compared to this Northeast one. And I definitely was just, and have been playing it just for myself, because I just want to get that damn achievement, and like the hard way instead of the easy way. It's just like a stubbornness kind of thing. And because it's sure not that anybody's watching it. Nobody watches this campaign, it seems. They really hated the Animate Portraits mod, and if I'm being perfectly honest, some of them they're not as distinct as they probably should be, I think, and I don't think I'm ever going to use them again unless there's a significant improvement to them. Like, they're cool, some of it's cool, but there is a lot of same face. You're missing some of the more distinct details. But that's going to be uploaded. And again, I'm not talking about what my schedule for these uploads are going to be just yet. I'm going to figure that out on Monday. So it might be I do 5. Maybe I will do 5 videos a day. Or maybe I'll do something where I go, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Komnenian Restoration. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is St. Thomas's Dream. Byzantine Empire and Medieval 2 is on Sundays. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that later. Or actually, maybe I'll think about it while I'm at work today, because, yeah. I'm gonna have a lot of time at work today. Anyway, that's good. Hours equals money. Anyway, so we've also got my Kaiserreich Yunnan Click campaign. I actually think there's only one episode I haven't uploaded, maybe two, but I'm pretty sure it's only one. Or I'm going to finish that off, and then we can move on to some other China stuff. I did enjoy the Yunnan Click. I'm definitely going to revisit it in the future. And then, of course, my CK2, Komnenian Restoration, SPQR campaign. And something you should keep in mind as you look through this list of what my plans are for 2020, and there's more stuff down here, I just haven't scrolled down to it yet, I don't want to spoil stuff, but at the beginning of 2019, I don't think I had any ambitions of doing a Roman restoration campaign, and then I ended up doing one, because a year is a long time, and so you can't guarantee everything you're going to do over the course of the whole year, but I ended up doing one, and I ended up loving it. It was my favorite campaign of the year. Most people agree. It was super fun. It's the longest campaign I ever did, and yet it's actually maintained pretty solid view count, all things considered. So we're going to keep uploading that. I think I have at least 20 more episodes to go on that. We've got Crusader Kings 2, St. Thomas's Dream. Now, this is one that did not get the views I thought it was going to, but that's fine. I don't want to get into too much spoiler territory, but I do want to just briefly talk about the St. Thomas's Dream thing, in the sense that I would not say that the ending of this campaign, everything that I've recorded for it, is a hard ending, in the sense that I can keep going. And in order to give you guys some suspense, I would remind you that I have in the past uploaded campaigns where I failed in the end. And I also would like to remind you, though, that I had the St. Thomas's Dream achievement before I even started that campaign. And that St. Thomas's Dream does not ask for the entirety of India to become Christian. That's not how it works. You just need a kingdom or an empire, and I had already done that, and I have done that in the game already. So, anyway, suspenseful campaign, this one. It gets a little wild. And then there's my Medieval 2 Total War Byzantine Empire campaign, which I know that was supposed to be a parallel campaign with the Komnenian Restoration. I ended up kind of dropping off on uploading it. There was a lot of reasons for it, and I'm very apologetic for it, especially because I have always wanted to try to get Total War into the campaign. There's lots of episodes, believe me. There are so many episodes that I have not uploaded. I think, I don't even think I got out of the single digits before I just stopped, and I'm really sorry about that, but that campaign will finish, okay? Anyway, moving on, let's talk about the future. So, I'm going to show you the things that I've been brainstorming for 2020, and I would like to point out here, if it has a yellow highlight, that means I have already recorded that campaign. So, none of it is on the channel, but it is done. So don't be thinking Conquering History Games, you're saying like you have all these personal issues going on. Like, this is already done. I really want to emphasize that. I'm not recording right now until things get under control. And then like the blue stuff is basically what I want to work on first if I can get things settled again. Anyway, let's talk about Kaiserreich. There's several China campaigns I want to do. Feng Tian, of course, I loved Feng Tian even before the China rework, so I'm super excited to play it post-rework. I already thought it was one of the best nations. Probably like... Well, actually, how do you define what's a nation? Like, is each... Anyway, I want to eventually do this at some point. A Qing Empire campaign I've already done. I'm not going to talk about what ideology I picked for it. You could watch it and find out. I want to do a Shandong. I was kind of on the fence about what ideology I wanted to go with, but I did decide I want to do a national populist Shandong campaign. They don't have the ability to unify China in theory, but yeah, I could just justify manually, and I think it would be fun to do. Just create a religious China could be pretty interesting. I'd like to do that at some point. I have also done a left Kuomintang campaign. I did pick the ideology. I'm not going to say what I ended up doing. But both of these campaigns are already finished. Finally, I want to do a Mod Click campaign, which people haven't really been stoked for Mod Click, but admittedly, it was not exactly a top priority for me either, but I'm pretty interested in it, and 100% that's going to be a Moy Right campaign. I don't want to hear your complaints in regards to that. It's happening. There's people who like Moy Right. Shut up. Sorry, that was rude. Okay, moving on, Equestria War. I have also done a reworked communist nation. I'm not going to go into the detail of it, but the reason I ended up deciding to do that was actually because of a live stream where I was basically somebody was pointing out, and I hadn't realized it, that I hadn't played a communist nation on my channel since my Foster's America campaign, which I think I finished certainly no later than February 2019. So I basically have gone almost a year without playing a communist nation. And I was checking my playlist, and that appears to be true, unless I missed something. So I decided, okay, let's do a communist nation, because I try to have variety on the channel, because it gets boring just fascist. You gotta play other things. There's, like, developers take the time to do these other branches. Check them out. Especially the Equestria War Team, always extremely high quality. So I won't say what nation it is, but look forward to that. Alright, next up... Okay, so we've got some Pharaoh and Cleopatra. That's the city builder game. I'm a big fan of it. It's kind of like Battle for Westnoth, where I'm a big fan, but I'm actually not that great at it. Consider, like, in proportion to how huge a fan I am, I'm actually not that great. But it's I want to play it in a non-live stream fashion on the channel. But I just want to research a little bit more into the history of Egypt and specific dynasties, specific cities. Because it does cover a vast period, and while I would say I know more about ancient Egypt than your average person, I want to make sure that I'm giving the correct information when I discuss things in that series. And there will be time to discuss it, because sometimes you have things set up, and then you just need to wait for your money to grow for a little bit before you can keep moving, things like that. So I'd love to get this on the channel this year. Alright, next up, Battle for Westnoth. So I have as a high priority here, I want to do 1 or 2 shorter campaigns. I'm probably going to do the Southgard. I might do Tale of Two Brothers, though, which I thought I had done before, but there's no laurel on it. Because whenever you complete a campaign in Battle for Westnoth, you get a little laurel. And I've played Battle for Westnoth before, but on the Steam version, I'm saying it wasn't on the Steam version. Now I play on the Steam version. But it's strange. There's no laurel on Tale of Two Brothers, even though I could have sworn I had done it at least in a live stream or something. But so I might do that. But this is a higher priority one, because even if I do the Southern Guard, I think the Southern Guard is only 9 scenarios. So if you figure every episode is a scenario and maybe they average half an hour in length, keep in mind that an Orcish Excursion, I think all of them were under a half hour in length. So we're talking only about a time commitment of about 4.5 hours. I don't think it's... yeah. And obviously it's shorter if I pick an even shorter scenario. So if I do start recording again, this is going to be one of the 2 things... Actually, this would be the top priority. There is another thing I've highlighted in blue later. I'd also like to do the Heir to the Throne, which is kind of the signature Battle for Westnoth campaign. Because it's very long, though. I think it has over 20 scenarios. But it's sort of the classic fantasy trope of... the heir to the throne who's lost his inheritance and he has to win it back, and you can play all sorts of... That one's really fun because you start as a human, but you also can play elves, you can play as dwarves, you can play with the mer people, and so it's a super varied campaign. And if I actually remember correctly, there's actually branches in that campaign. So if you do different decisions at different times, it changes the outcome of the campaign. Not in the sense of like things winning or dying, but I'm talking about how the story plays out, which is pretty interesting. At least that's the way I remember it. When I was really playing a lot of Battle for Westnoth was like, gosh, it might have been 6 years ago or more now. Anyway, coming on down, Crusader Kings 2. So this is my other top priority if I ever have the time again to do a long campaign. That would be my Empire of Outremer run / Survivor Achievement run in Crusader Kings 2. So this is the one where you, technically, to do the Empire of Outremer, I think let me actually try to find the exact wording, but you need to form the Empire of Outremer, which requires you to hold all the territory in the Near East region and Egypt. And there's ways that you could cheese it. You can get it done super freaking fast, for example, as the Seljuks. But I want to do it the quote-unquote proper way, where I'm going to start as a Christian in Europe before the Crusader... Well, obviously in 1066, because I'm going for the Survivor Achievement. When the Crusade starts, I want to put somebody in my family as the head of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, eventually expand out, create the Empire of Outremer, and if I get that done before the 1400s, which I'm sure that I will, I've got also secondary goals, tertiary goals, all sorts of different things that I'm going to also go for, so that it's not just me killing time until 1453. Uh, it's bad, and plus, like I've always hated that. Like the Empire of Outremer is an achievement, and then you get a bloodline, and then it's just like, well, isn't that kind of the end of the game? So now, what's the point of the bloodline? Because it's a very good bloodline, and so we're gonna keep going after that. So this is obviously though a survivor run, very very long. It'll probably be longer than my restoration of the Roman Empire campaign. We're talking. This might be the first thing I ever do that goes into the triple digit episodes, but it's gonna be fun. I already know which house I'm gonna play, like who's my starting character gonna be. I've been doing a ton of research on that family. I don't want to spoil it here, but it's gonna be a super duper fun campaign if we can get this done. And then these are just other Crusader Kings 2 things I'm spitballing. So Kingdom of David, method to be determined. I might do the Khazars, I might do the Abbasid Jews, I might do some sort of Viking Jews thing. I don't know exactly. I'm going to have to really think about it. My very own subcontinent, basically do a Hindu run in India instead of a Christian one. Holy and Roman, kind of flat. You know, it's just play Charlemagne and Blob. It's very easy to do. So I want to mix this with something else if I do it. Then there's the Slavic Union, aka Lech, Chess, and Rus. I have a specific character though I want to start at because there's tons of different ways you can do this one, but I want to specifically go to a certain character. And I want to set myself some certain challenges along the way. And then I'd like to do something where my dynasty is Han Chinese, but I like start bringing over the engineers, learn the ways of the leopard, and do an imperial marriage, and just basically, turn Chinese. I don't know what I want to mix that with, because that in of itself I don't think is a strong enough thing to do a campaign on. So for example, maybe I would do something my very own subcontinent while being Han Chinese. Although, I'm trying to think if... I'm not entirely sure. I don't think you need to be like a Hindu nation, but or like a culture to do that. But hopefully not. But like that's just an example. It might not necessarily be my own subcontinent. Maybe I'll do something where I try to get a Han Chinese emperor on the Holy Roman Empire's throne, something like that, or do Kingdom of Israel with Han Chinese Jews. I don't know. Anyway, and then Total War. I want to do a Lord of the Rings thing. I don't know what nation, and it's going to be divide and conquer, not just the plain Third Age. And I was also thinking about maybe doing a Principality of Antioch thing in Medieval 2, but I feel there might be too much crossover with Outremer, so I'd end up talking about a lot of the same Crusader history. And I also was thinking about Ireland because I'm a real... what's the word? I think you can say Celtophile, but there's a more specific term, like a... what's it called? It's a Hiberniaphile or something? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I was thinking about doing a Medieval 2 run in that expansion where you can play in Britannia and play as Ireland. So I can just talk about Irish history. Anyway, this has already gone on much longer than I wanted it to, but I do want to emphasize things. I don't want to say the worst is over on my end, but like the financial worst is over. Like the lights are going to be on. I'm not going to starve. My cats aren't going to starve. And again, it doesn't like... it's taken me longer to do this video than it's going to take for me to get these videos uploaded. If I wanted to get several in a day uploaded. So I'm going to work on that on Monday. Again, after these 5, we've got these 3 campaigns coming. So we're still talking about months worth of potential content. And then these 2 things in blue are what I'm going to work on if I find myself having the time again. By this time next month, I think I'm going to be in a much better position. And I'll do an update video if some of you are worried about me, but... look, I've got a functioning, healthy body. I've got hands and legs and a job, and I'm fine. I'm just talking about uploading these things. Let me put it to you this way: if I'm going to start recording anything again, I'll put up a video letting you guys know. Until then, don't think that I'm devoting, like I'm being irresponsible or something and devoting a lot of time to this channel. I just want to get this stuff uploaded because it's already done. It's already been recorded, so there's no reason for it to just sit in my hard drive when you guys could be watching it. I want to do that for you. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. If you want to ask me questions below, you can, but just so you know, I'm probably not going to answer them, especially if it's about a personal nature. I'm okay, guys. I'm not gonna die or anything. See you around. Bye.